This is base life outside the federal witness protection. Hey, it's Suze, and welcome to tonight's episode of Life Outside the Federal Witness Protection Program / Keep the Bad Guys Away. Hey, nice to see you. Boy, am I glad that this day is over, day at the hospital, because boy, for a couple reasons. Well, okay, first we got the regular sting operation, a whole bunch of, the undercover crap going on. And at the same time, boy, I gotta tell you, dude, ever since computerized charting systems have become widespread and being commonplace in our everyday practice, boy, I gotta tell you, dude, I spend so much time at the damn computer doing a bunch of bullshit charting than I do taking care of these patients, and I'm computer savvy, but every time I take a contract to go to another hospital, I gotta learn their version of stuff. So this Cerner is a company that makes a computerized charting system for the healthcare industry. Well, I've used 3 different versions of this, and it's thank God that I have used Cerner before so I can remember some of the icons. But you know what, in every version that I've used, things are in different places, boy, and I gotta tell you, it's really rough. It's very time consuming, but once you know the program and know where everything is so you can click on it, you can do it really easily, but usually it takes you a couple weeks of just working with it, but just to get really quick at it. But boy, I gotta tell you, thank God my patients were relatively stable today, minus one little episode, because this charting system in healthcare is unreal. I can see a mass exodus of nurses, after they get into this and realize that, it's just way too much. We have so much paperwork as it is. My mom used to bitch about just all the forms and paperwork that she had, and it's nothing like it is today. Holy cow, dude. I'm telling you, healthcare industry is totally going to crap on this stuff. But, keep in mind that healthcare is not even regulated by itself anymore. It's regulated by Joint Commission, who has to come up with new things every couple years so they can justify being Joint Commission. Well, every time they come up with stuff, it causes another form or another series of forms to have to be created, another whole series of checks and balances. And then on top of that, when you've got all these sue-happy attorneys that want to make a ton of money because they know that they can make money off the healthcare profession, because we all carry malpractice insurance, either individually or as a group or as a hospital or as a company, all the above, sometimes more than one. They just know that's an easy outlet to sue. I've actually wanted to be a legal nurse consultant myself, because I'm like, shoot, dude, I can get rich because there's so many sue-happy attorneys out there that want to sue the healthcare industry, and so many people want to sue the healthcare industry because they know that they can get money out of us for seemingly ridiculous things. But anyway, oh God, I could be a rich bitch right now if I was a legal nurse consultant, because as I said, there's just so many loopholes in which you can make money off of the healthcare industry just by scaring the hell out of somebody, and sending a little lawsuit claim over. I almost wish I was an attorney just for that point. But so anyway, hacking at the hospital, of course, today. It's just, okay, so let me just give you some of the weird examples, because keep in mind, everything in my life is back-ended by an FBI, CIA, Al-Qaeda task force, anybody that works in their damn conspiracy. So everything is a little shady, a little bit on the X-Files in comparison to what might, normally happen to people every day. So it's all about coincidences. And then of course, what they want. Okay, so my preceptor kept bringing up the fact, oh, I like this watch. Okay, there's nothing wrong with somebody really liking something that somebody wears. But when they keep bringing it up, it's it's just okay, so you want information. Okay, what kind of information do you want? Okay, well, this is the Paula Abdul watch. The Paula Abdul watch from Avon. Selected by Paula Abdul. It is a cool watch. It's about $30. You can get it on Avon by Susan Isley. You can get it right off my Avon website, and Avon will ship it to you. Okay, so that's not unusual, but it's just and then people are like, oh, you like your charm? I'm like, well, dude, it's Avon, dude. This is Avon, the Empowerment Collection for Domestic Violence Victims. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just the way that they were saying it. So Finally, I said, okay, you know what the hell? It's like, I know they're all full of shit anyway, but here we go. Here's some Avon samples. Okay, here, you guys, you know, you can buy Avon online. Here's some fragrance samples. You can like my Facebook page. You can sign up for deals and so forth. But do you think anybody will probably buy anything from me? No. Because they just keep in mind that they don't really care. They're just trying to gather information. And so, you know what? Then one of the other nurses was talking about selling Silpalda, and apparently she's a Silpalda rep. Now, why would that be something of significance to me? Okay, it's nothing unusual for somebody to be a Silpalda rep at all. The problem in my situation is that I was a Silpalda rep. And I was introduced to that line when I was working up at Alaska Native Medical Center up in Anchorage about a year or so ago. And, you know, I tried the Silpalda line myself. I had a bunch of catalogs. I was going to do this big promotion in the San Francisco Bay Area, but that whole contract went south because, you know, cross country wouldn't send my I-9 form up to like Homeland Security. You know what? So I finally just, anyway, and then there was like a series of things that was going wrong with me just having Silpalda anyway, along with a few other companies, Athena's Home Novelties and so forth. I was getting hacked in my business. I was getting hacked in my work environment, and when I was down in Sugar Land, Texas last year. So, you know, it's just really interesting to me. You just bring up, you know, you had to bring up Silpalda, you know, and I was just trying to basically just give her some marketing tips, you know, but it's like, basically she wanted information, and she was trying to like find something in common with me. And, you know, see, this is what they do. They, you know, because remember, this is how Detective Charlie Richardson said that the undercover world works. You try to find something in common with somebody so you can be friends with them, so you can get in, so you can find out information, you know, the information that you really want down the road. Okay, so now we got all these people that are like digging Avon and stuff. Like the secretary, apparently he buys Skin So Soft. I'm like, well, all right, well, whatever. Here's some samples. If you're legit, you'll get something from me. If you're not, you won't. You know, whatever. Okay, so then all of a sudden today, remember like last night I bitched about the fact that I didn't have a locker. Today I have a locker. All of a sudden I have a locker. Well, just because I have a locker doesn't mean that I'm going to put my passport and all my ID documents in it and my 6-month pass into Mexico and all that. That does not mean that I'm going to do that. Oh no, it's going to stay with me. Of course it is. Of course it is. Like just what the hell I need is somebody to steal my 6-month pass into Mexico. I don't really even care about having a passport to get back, but as long as I got my pass in Mexico. No, but I need to have my U.S. passport. So, anyway, now I got a locker all of a sudden. Okay, so then, let's see, then my manager needs to go over all of this stuff with me. You know, it's like orientation kind of stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I just felt like it was taking an extensive amount of time for her to go over something that she could have done maybe like in 10 to 20 minutes was taking over an hour. And what is significant about that is that it was our, you know, by the time she was finished, it was after 2 o'clock and I hadn't even been to lunch yet. You know, so it's like, okay, starve the human trafficking victim. And then of course, by the time she finishes, a couple minutes after 2 o'clock, the cafeteria was closed. And did I bring my lunch today? Oh no, of course not. And then apparently some patient's family had brought in In-N-Out burger for everybody, but nobody had told me early enough. So the only thing that was left was some like vegetarian, some kind of sandwich. So I didn't even get a real In-N-Out burger. Okay, so then, you know, moving on from there. And then like my company sent me a text message today. Apparently they got the hotel billing. They were going to work on that. They were saying something to the effect of is that they weren't running the credit card correctly, or they weren't even running it. Wait, how exactly did Matt say it? And you know, it's like, I was just like, Jesus Christ. But I checked the hotel when I came back here. I checked the hotel when they came back, and apparently they got the billing straightened out. So apparently I have a place to live. So thank God. Okay, the hotel. Let's see. What did he say? Got time card. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's just like so stupid, unreal. It's just, oh my God. they weren't running card info right. They are correcting. How could you not run a credit card right? They run credit cards all the time. How could you not run a credit card right? But anyway, that's the story. But apparently it's fixed, and I just went down to check when I came home, and the general manager was there, and I saw the look on his face when the girl said, "Oh yeah, it's fixed." He probably doesn't even know there was a problem anyway, because it was the GM was the one that was communicating with my company because it was a corporate account. So he kind of had this like raised eyebrow look on his face. But anyway, I'm just like, oh my God. So then then of course, I transfer all my patients out. Now apparently the story is that the state, I still have not seen the state of California, whatever governing board, I still have not seen them actually physically in the hospital. Apparently they were there today. And then one of my patients, we got downgraded to didn't need to be in the ICU anymore. And then we had to get her out really, really, really super quick because apparently the state was coming and we didn't want the state to be coming in the ICU or something like that. Okay. But then of course, then hours go by. And of course I'm going to get an admission because this happened in Marysville, California all the time. I was always the chick that got the admission, And so, of course, when does it come up? 5:30 tonight. So, and then what happens when you have an admission at the end of the shift? Well, when you have an admission anytime, there's a ton of crap to do for an admission. Tons of stuff. Tons of paperwork to do for an admission. Of course, I get one at 5:30. My preceptor's like, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. So, they get mad if we get on overtime. And I'm like, how can you give somebody an admission at 5:30 in the evening and expect them to complete everything that you're supposed to complete? So either if you don't complete it, you'll get yelled at. Or the hospital system could get fined, or they're going to yell at you for overtime. Well, it's kind of, here's what I say. When I'm on my own, if I have to stay over, because I have to finish some of my work, I have to stay over and finish some of my work. If they don't want to pay me, they don't have to pay me. But, if I have got this work to do, and it's a matter of whether or not I'm going to get sued or not by one of these attorneys, then, whatever. Then I've got to stay over and finish my work. But I was just like, God, unreal. But these are the little things that they're doing. Okay, so I was leaving tonight. One of the nurses saw me walking, offered me to have a ride home. Why did I not take the ride home? Well, first of all, I didn't need to take a ride home because I only live a couple blocks away from the hospital. But basically what she wanted to do is she wanted to give me a ride home so she could try to learn information about me. She wants to learn information about me because if you catch me in a car, it's a lot easier to get information out of me. And then plus, how do I know that she's really going to bring me back to my hotel room? I have no idea if that's going to happen or not, because keep in mind, I got a whole FBI, CIA, Al-Qaeda task force in trouble, and usually they hack the nurses, and I already think that the whole hospital's being hacked, so I'm not getting in a car with anybody from the hospital. Hell no, I ain't doing that. I mean, so that's why I said something that seems like really, really innocent, I'll just give you a ride home, could turn out to be like a kidnapping plot in my situation. Of course, this girl had a nice, hot little sports car. I used to have a nice, hot little sports car before I made that report to the FBI. And that little fucking task force there swiped a Honda Prelude. Made in Japan Honda Prelude. Can you believe that? They're such assholes. I can't stand them. But these are the things. I have to be so careful. I have to watch everything and every single last possible thing. Okay, so another thing that my preceptor brought up today, because everybody was talking about all this, when we were on this Avon kick, because this is very important. She was trying to figure out what I wanted, what is your goal? Because I keep talking about, I go on vacation a lot, and I'm seeing thinking to myself, well, I ain't fucking telling you what my goal is. Hell, I'd be sitting in Mexico right now hanging out with, the MPs. I'd be hanging out near the MPs, I should say. Hanging out near the MPs if I didn't have to be in this country to make money. I'm in this country to make money just so I can get hacked, okay? Unfortunately, I have to make money this way, but when I do, I'm getting hacked the other way. So they're trying to find out why I'm going to Mexico. Well, Mexico, why don't you ask the Mexican authorities about that? You want to know why I go to Mexico? Ask the authorities in Mexico. Ask the Mexican government. They'll tell you. Yeah, they'll question the hell out of you, wonder why the hell you're asking. Okay, no, wait, one other thing that my manager did today. Okay, so I'm off the next few days, right? She knows I'm off the next few days. Is that she wanted to know if all of this health stream courses were done, and I showed her all of the stuff that I did. And then she wants me to finish them up. It kind of gave me the impression that, I needed to finish them all up, by the time I come back Saturday. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, It's my 3 days off. I ain't doing that. I got until May 9th to finish these courses. So I'll work on them. I don't know if I'm going to get paid for them or not. Apparently you're supposed to get paid, but I don't know if I'm going to get paid. But I'm sitting there to myself, what the hell do you think? I got nothing else to freaking do? I mean, how does she know that I don't have a hot date with that military police officer down in Reynosa that runs a K-9 unit at the airport? I mean, seriously. my boyfriend in Reynosa, Mexico, that's a military police officer in the K-9 unit, or my other boyfriend that's at the airport in Mexicali, that military police officer, the one that made sure that he saw what taxi I was getting into when I left the airport. I was very thankful of that. So, but anyway, but see, this is the kind of, they're like just trying to like screw up everything in my life, you know? So, but anyway, this is the kind of crap I deal with every single day, but at least I don't have to deal with any more of it until this weekend. So that's tonight's episode of Life Outside the Federal Witness Protection Program craziness in the spy world. Now, if I could just sell $1,000 from the ISO's Fashion Galaxy Mall, I would never have to deal with this ever again in my life. So that is going to be something I'm definitely going to be focusing on in the next few days of my days off. So anyway, that's tonight's episode, and I'm rambling because I'm tired. But anyway, keep your shotgun handy. There's roll criminals and terrorists out there. I'll see you next time.